Warning, if you react to this video, do not alter anything. Just put your own thoughts and your own notes in there, but do not, because if you do, you could be held criminally liable for slander by the Fulton County District. I'm just going to put that out there, from Fani Willis to the whole entire district court. You could be held liable. I'm just telling you the truth before y'all decide to do anything dumb. Y'all ready for this ride, though? Let's go. He's Fani Willis. Let's give a little backstory. I'm not going to do too much. All I'm going to do is let you know exactly where she was born and raised, where she got her bachelor's, where she got her Juris Doctorate. That sound like a fair one? All right, let's do it.
Fani Willis, born October 27, 1971, is an American attorney for the state of Georgia. She is the district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia. She is the first woman to hold the office of Fulton County District Attorney. She assumed the district office of Fulton County in January 1st, 2021, preceded by Paul Howard. She was born October 27, 1971. She's 50 years old, but born in the great state of California, in the city of Los Angeles. She represents for the political party of the Democrats. Her education is she got a bachelor's at Howard University and her Juris Doctorate at Emory University. She spent 16 years as a prosecutor in the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. In 2018, she went into private practice. That year, she ran for a seat on the Fulton County Superior Court and lost. In 2020, Willis was elected district attorney for Fulton County, defeating Paul Howard, a six-term incumbent and her former boss.
Now, a lot of people believe that her rise to prominence was through Hood Rich Pablo and that RICO.
Rich Pablo Juan was one of 25 arrested on RICO charges. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has been investigating upwards up to 46 men since March of 2019. Last week, it was reported that Hood Rich Pablo Juan was arrested in Georgia on RICO charges, which is, of course, stands for racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations. These type of charges are only meant for those connected to organized crime, and typically, if you're arrested on a RICO charge, things aren't looking so good. Now, it has been revealed that HPJ's arrest was part of a massive crackdown on organized crime throughout the state of Georgia. In March of last year, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation teamed up with the Upson County District Attorney's Office as there was suspicious activity going on throughout numerous communities. Now, the GBI has linked the crimes to the Rolling 20 neighborhood Bloods and have indicted 46 alleged suspects, including Hood Rich Pablo Juan's, whose real name is Sterling Leroy Penix. Today's announcement highlights why my administration continues to prioritize fighting criminal street gangs and supporting the GBI Gang Task Force. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said, "My message to gang members looking to prey on innocent Georgians, commit crimes, and destroy lives is simple. We will not stop until every community is safe." According to the report, 25 of the 46 suspects have been arrested, while 21 remain at large. There are some pretty massive charges being laid out there, including 92 counts of the Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act, 59 counts of violation of Georgia Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, 3 counts of trafficking methamphetamine, 3 counts of trafficking heroin, 4 counts of kidnapping, 4 counts of murder, 24 counts of aggravated assault.
That's not true. See, her whole entire get-up, when she wants to win at a major case, she gonna charge a lot of people and she gonna hit them with that RICO. But the first people to feel the taste of Fani Willis RICO, well, for those who understand the Atlanta Public Schools or the APD case, let me walk y'all through memory lane. Y'all ready?
There's no harder lesson than the one taught today to 8 Atlanta educators by an angry judge after they were convicted on charges typically reserved for mobsters. He threw the book at them, teachers, principals among them, handing down lengthy prison sentences for their roles in a massive cheating scandal in which standardized test scores at underperforming schools were inflated. The judge told them the conspiracy harmed thousands of children. Our chief education correspondent, Rahima Ellis, shows us how it all played out.
This thing was pervasive. It's like the sickest thing that's ever happened to this town.
In a tense courtroom, Judge Jerry Baxter imposed harsh sentences on 8 former Atlanta public school educators convicted of racketeering, conspiring to fix standardized test scores to improve results.
There were thousands of children that were harmed in this thing. This is not a victimless crime.
3 disgraced educators, former teachers and administrators, were sentenced to 20 years, serving 7 in prison, the rest on probation. The others, including a principal and elementary school teachers, were sentenced to 5 years, serving 1 to 2 of them behind bars. Emotions ran high.
How can you say that?
As the sentences came down.
You sit down, I'm gonna put you in jail. If you yell at me, point at me.
It was painful for everyone, including the judge.
I consider you a wonderful educator, and that's what makes it so sad. You were under so much pressure.
Yesterday, the judge heard from dozens of character witnesses pleading for leniency.
Have mercy on my daughter, please.
I'm giving you some opportunity.
And so Judge Baxter asked both sides to agree on a fair sentence that included admitting guilt. Otherwise, he would determine a punishment.
I've got the fair sentence in my mind, and it involves going to jail.
All rise.
Back in court today, only 2 decided to take the plea, which included home confinement or weekends behind bars. The judge admonished the rest.
All I want from any of these people is just to take some responsibility, but they refuse. They refuse. And
Today's sentencing also included community service and thousands of dollars in fines. While some criticized its severity, others said this cheating scandal shortchanged some of the city's most vulnerable children who are now years behind in their education.
Right? Make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified. We 500 away from that 100K, so make sure you join that 10% gang. Man, listen, so basically, she went after, under Paul Howard, of course, but she was the leading attorney in that. She was the driving force behind that. But her greatest accomplishment wasn't that. That's her second one. Her biggest accomplishment was how she was able to get that $5 million because they were backlogged. They called it the Orca. And yeah, if you ever been in the Marine world, they talking about the whale because of how big of a caseload that they had.
Heard of Orca? What does the acronym stand for? Can somebody? I actually learned the other day after you asked me that question that Orca is actually not an acronym. It's what they have referred to for this COVID backlog. Orca, and I can't make this up, is a big whale. I guess they thought because this is a big problem, they would call it that. I didn't make it up, but we need those funds.
So she was able to get approved $5 million from the city. Now, there are rumors, I can't confirm or deny, but there are rumors that one of the things that she was brought on to do was to make sure that that money from Fulton County, specifically in the Sandy Springs area, the Buckhead area, and there's one other area I can't think of right now, the Peachtree area, right? To keep that money in there because you had people running through Lenox Mall, shooting and everything like that. See, that is, I believe, 23% of the revenue that goes to Atlanta. Then on top of that, the feds are thinking about taking away that airport. The feds always wanted that airport. That's why it's kind of interesting when I see black politicians that use and flex real power to keep black dollars circulating. That's why it's called the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport for Maynard Jackson. If you don't know who Maynard Jackson is, man, you definitely need to look that up, especially if you black. Especially if you black from the South. Especially if you black from the South and from Atlanta and you don't understand what Maynard Jackson actually did as far as money. Probably the reason why you even got a little bit of money in your pocket today and that Atlanta is a black mecca for money. But all in all, Fani Willis,
she come to play. She absolutely comes to play. Now, could she be bluffing about the other RICOs and stuff like that? I don't know. But bruh, this is just the beginning. Now, do I think she has political aspirations to shoot up to the top? Absolutely. We've seen it happen with Kamala Harris. Do I think that she wants to go and be the state's attorney? Absolutely. Attorney General, I believe that's what it's called. Abso-freaking-lutely. Do I think she wants to eventually shoot up to the White House? Abso-freaking-lutely. But she only has a limited amount of time to do it. She's already 50 years old. So you got to figure that's going to take about 10 years. Now, she can get there by 60. That's an accomplishment. But y'all look back on this video and go, oh, Nash called it. Don't believe all of this stuff is basically solely driven upon wanting to do justice for the Georgians, for the state of Georgia, for the residents of Fulton County. It ain't just that. It's not just that. But this is just my opinion. Now, she could absolutely fight my opinion by not seeking higher office. But I don't think that's in the cards. Because the question then becomes, why not? She's already pushing for legislative bills to be passed, basically, that she written, that allows her to go into any jurisdiction and tie in a bunch of crimes and hit them more with RICOs. What I'm trying to say is, all you gang bangers and gang members and everything like that, if you out there doing crime and you ain't wisened up, hang your flag up, because it's only a matter of time. This woman is coming.
Sean, Fulton County DA Fani Willis just came inside the Senate hearing room to say, politics aside, gangs impact everyone. She said she is glad to support this Republican-led bill to allow counties to more seriously prosecute gang members, even for crimes committed in other counties.
I'm fully supporting this.
This afternoon, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis speaking to the State Senate Judiciary Committee, giving a big nod to a bill that would strengthen prosecution of street gangs. It's called the Safe and Secure Georgia Act, sponsored by Republican Senator John Albers from Roswell.
I think it's extremely important, not just for the urban district attorneys who are in more populated communities, but for all of the district attorneys.
The bill brings down a heavy hand for gang members and could hold individual gang members responsible for gang crimes committed in other counties.
It's not just that you are in a gang, it's that you're in a gang and you do an act in furtherance of the gang.
Supporters of the bill argue that by joining a gang, courts can consider the individual member has agreed to be a part of the larger gang conspiracy to commit other crimes in other counties. So that member could be held responsible for other crimes the gang committed in other locations.
A gang by its nature is kind of a special kind of criminal conspiracy. If a person joins a conspiracy, they are subject to being tried any place where any member of that conspiracy commits an act in furtherance of it.
Earlier today, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr announced his support of House Bill 1134. It would allow his office the jurisdiction to investigate and prosecute criminal gang activity all across the state.
This would assist crimes against children, elder abuse.
As for this Senate bill, it would direct courts to also enforce minimum prison sentences for convicted felons with firearms. It will also prohibit sentencing courts from suspending or deferring a sentence for violent domestic offenders or felons with guns. It's all a part of the statewide push to crack down on the criminal networks.
Georgia has one of the strongest, if not the strongest, codes against gang members. And it's only getting started. If she is able to pull this off with this Young Thug stuff, this Hood Rich Pablo Juan stuff, and the next RICO that she does, because it's going to involve 2 gangs, that's going to be 4. She's going to be coming for a white supremacy gang eventually. And if she doesn't get that, then she's definitely going to try for Trump. But she did just take a massive L. She was booted from being able to prosecute one of Trump's allies just yesterday.
A Fulton County judge also ruling to disqualify DA Fani Willis and her office from targeting State Senator Burt Jones as part of the special grand jury investigation. This comes after Senator Jones raised concerns about a possible conflict of interest over a fundraiser Willis held for his opponent in the Georgia lieutenant governor's race. We've reached out to the DA's office for comment, but have not heard back yet. Meanwhile, Jones's office sent a statement calling the ruling a huge win for our campaign, but more importantly, for due process and the rule of law in Georgia.
So we'll see. But I honestly think if I was Young Thug's lawyers and everything like that, I'd try to show a pattern of abuse of power and try to get her booted out of there and try to get as many of those charges dropped. Because you see in the case with the teachers, all of them had their own lawyers. With the case of YSL, a lot of them had the same lawyer. And that's what I was saying when I was doing the commentary on Young Thug and them. On Young Thug and them, they bond release, why people was like, why don't they get another attorney? I said, because if it's too many attorneys, that means there's not going to be enough contact. Somebody wants to play big dog, egos all get involved. This is men and women. So instead, we all are on the same accord to fight all of these charges. But they're saying that there's already proffer agreements already given and stuff like that. No, there isn't. No, there is not. Even the attorney said that. Even the judge said that. So why that lie is going around? After the judge specifically said, and the district attorney said, and the freaking attorney said that there is no proffer agreements that have even been offered. Now, will there be? Absolutely. You got to realize something. The DA is in it to win. They want Young Thug. They want the big names. And I ain't going to hold you. The longer this goes on, the worse it looks for Gunna. They know something. We may not know it because obviously we ain't in the field with them cats. But they know something. But y'all, make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I should take it further? You think I should create a part 2? I could create a part 2 and go specifically on how she was coming to target Young Thug and them, and we could put it out by Saturday. But let me know in the comments your thoughts, concerns. Share to keep your people aware. Do that H&O, help Nash out, man. I'll catch you on the next one. We'll probably go live. Hey, we hit 500 today. We'll be going live tonight and jumping on. It'll just be the 100,000 subscribe show. And everybody can come on. If you're going to troll, wait 20 minutes to talk your ish. I don't really care. But I'll catch y'all at the next one. Y'all expect me to keep it real? Because you know that I will. I do this daily, baby. Check out the Nightly Nash podcast. Also, Street the Music, Ceddy Nash, if you have not. It's on all streaming platforms. Guaranteed you're going to find something you like. Probably like that overly thugging freestyle. Or maybe something different. Let me know in the comments. We possibly shoot that music video.